Hey there everyone, I am Maico for the Fellowship of Acoustics right here in the Netherlands, and I will be filling in for Coen today. He's on a holiday, so I'm going to be hosting new arrivals today and I think next week also, but we'll see. While he's on a holiday, we still picked 5 beautiful guitars for all of you. We have a few electrics, a few acoustics, we have some custom shop, and we have some vintage beauties for you. So yeah, let's just start with the first one on my right here, might be your left. It's this beautiful Fender Custom Shop B3 60 Stratocaster, and in the Custom Shop they did a heavy relic on it, which is pretty obvious on this one, but it's also very stunningly done if you ask me. It's got a beautiful aged Olympic white finish over a 3-tone sunburst, and what they've done beautifully on the front and the back is how that finish crackles. To me, that's beautiful relic work that has been done on this guitar. The neck is maple. It's actually quarter sawn maple. Long story short, it's a great technique to make a maple neck. Then on top of that, they have a rosewood fingerboard with a bone little nut over here. On the rosewood fingerboard, there are jumbo frets, which are my personal favorite on a Stratocaster. It just feels great. It's a beauty to hold, it's a beauty to look at. Finally, it's got Texas special pickups. Should not forget to mention that. I actually have Texas special pickups in my Strat personally. I love them. I think they're a great choice and I hope you will enjoy them as well. So the next one up is this beautiful PRS private stock that I have on my left here. Something completely different than the guitar before this, but it's also a very beautiful specimen. We chose this to show off Paul Reed Smith's beautiful craftsmanship that they are known for. This one is semi-hollow. It has got a beautiful dragon's breath finish, which means the top is maple, it's flame maple. This is a sandstorm dragon's breath finish, and it goes from light to dark all across this beautiful maple top. And then when we turn this over to the back, it's got a mahogany back with a beautiful grain, and we can see that same maple coming back here at the back plates. That's also on the front of this guitar, making this one whole. And the neck is another piece of art. This is called the Birds of a Feather inlay. And this Birds of a Feather inlay actually is African blackwood going to flame maple. And you can actually see the birds slowly emerging from that African blackwood to the maple, flying out. I mean, it's craftsmanship at its best. I think I can tell a lot more about this guitar, but I think we should just listen to this in a demo. So next up, we are leaving electric guitar land and we are going to acoustic land, and we're also leaving modern electric guitar land and going to vintage acoustic land. So this is a beautiful Martin 0017 from 1941. And I hear you thinking that's old, and this guitar looks maybe a bit newer to the trained eye, which is actually completely true in the fact that this has been completely restored. So it's got some dings and dongs around the body, which it picked up along the years. but they've been restored as carefully as possible, and this guitar was really made to be played again. So it has had a refin on the top and the back, which you can see to the trained eye once again. The previous owner actually had a little knob here installed for the neck strap so that it can be played, and all of the other things that were done are a neck reset and a refret as well, just to make this guitar as playable as possible. Some of the vintage guitars, they're beautiful, completely original condition, which is fine, which is what we love in a collector's guitar. This is the same kind of collectible guitar, but completely restored to be played again. So because of that, it's actually a bit cheaper than your normal Martin from the same era, but it is really made to play, like I said. It's got the original tuners, the neck has also had a refin. Yeah, a lot of things were done. Bridge was also replaced. We have the original bridge, it's still in the case, but it's a beauty guitar to look at and especially to play on, so let's listen to it. And the next one up is also an acoustic guitar. It's a beautiful dreadnought model. It's this Guild D55 70th anniversary model. So we are now in 2023, and in 1953 Guild built their first guitar, and this is to celebrate that build. So this D55 has got a solid Adirondack spruce top with a beautiful Madagascar rosewood back and sides. It's got a beautiful grain on there, really pronounced. Mahogany neck with an ebony fingerboard, if I'm correct actually. I think it's ebony, if it's not, we'll put it in there in the video. It's got an ebony bridge as well. And well, they did not make any compromises to make this guitar as beautiful as possible with all the abalone inlays and such. And one detail which is actually quite cool, because it's the 70th anniversary, Guild only made 70 of these guitars. And we'll have to check up on it to be sure, but the certificate says that this is #1 of 70. So this is the first one that was built in that line, coming off the line actually. And enough said, let's listen to it. And the last guitar that we picked for you is actually a European guitar. It's this beautiful acoustic BSG from our friend Jan Stovacek in the Czech Republic. And this is a beautiful example. It's actually a 2019 model. So this one features a bear claw spruce top, which has a beautiful grain on here, which is really pronounced. Ebony bridge with an ebony fretboard, which has beautiful binding on the side. I'm not sure if we can get that on there, but I'm sure Kylie's trying hard enough to get that in there. It's got a beautiful, like, little bit of binding on the fretboard. Then when I switch that over, you can see the grain on the neck there. And the back and sides are actually Amazon rosewood. And I think it's flame maple binding here. It looks really beautiful. If it's not, I'll show it in the vid. Although I think that this guitar really shows what Jan can do, and the Czech Republic can make some great guitars. They have a lot of craftsmanship and love built into this guitar. It's got a beautiful few details, like the wooden machine head pegs that I didn't talk about, but those are just details. Let's listen to how it sounds. that was new arrivals for today. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I'm probably, like I said, going to be hosting the next one as well. So I'm hoping to see you all again. If you have any comments on which one is your favorite, or if you want to leave any other questions, just hit us up on the website or leave a comment down below, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.